Hey guys, Stephanie here. Whoops. Guess the dogs moved my computer closer to my table than I thought. Stephanie here from Escape and Paint. How are you tonight? I told y'all I'd be back again tonight, painting some more pumpkins. Miss Linda had a couple of pictures up there, and I told her, I asked very nicely if I could please paint them on my, or color them on my page. I was going to paint them, but I've done them on cardstock so that I could play with the oil pastels instead. So I'm going to do another oil pastel tonight, and I'm going to try and do the whole thing tonight. We're going to see how fast I can get. Or I might do the colored pencils because I have them sitting here, but I don't know yet. So let's switch views and let's get started. So how is everybody tonight? When you come on, if you would please just say hi. Maybe tell me where you're watching from. Make a little comment there, make a little noise. Oh, so do I do the colored pencils, or do I do markers, or do I do, and see, I'm not really good at markers. I really don't care for markers. I do better with pencils, but I don't do great with them because I don't like the lines in them. So I'm going to go ahead and do these again, I guess. Messy as they are. So I'm going to need some oranges out for the pumpkins. At least a couple of different shades, right? We're going to want some browns out for the stems. One even has a tongue sticking out, so we're going to have to find a tongue color. Trying to decide what color. I'm going to use that same teal background because last night I think this background just turned out perfect. I think it really does give it that pop and that dimensional zip that it needed with the different. When I get both of these done tonight, tomorrow, I'll take a picture of it and get some good light. That way I can share it with y'all on my page and on Miss Linda's page, because I went back to her post the other night and tagged somebody in it. I have some gray here. There's some white. The same shade. Some of them look like they're the same shade, like I might have gotten two of the same color in some of these, and then some of them they're like, nope, they're not the same, they're nowhere near the same. And it's like, okay. We've got a couple of different shades of green in here. I'm wondering if I put a yellow in some of the eyes, if that would be better. Oh, here's a little bit brighter green. I don't think that's the green I used for the eyes. We'll see. We shall see. I have company coming. Hey, Zoe.
Oh, never mind. You're busy.
I'm a little busy right now. What do you need? Science or English?
English.
Okay, well.
I was waiting for you to get off, or I would have done it.
I was off for a few minutes because we had finished Zoom, but I hadn't done this yet. But I was gonna. Okay, so what else do we need to work on? Or is that the last? Okay, go see if Dad's available. Because he was available a minute ago, but I don't know. If he's not, then you can come in here and do this with me, and then we will do it together after. I'm going to put these pinks over here because I just don't know if I'm going to do the bird in a pink or if I'm going to get... Got some purples here. Okay, I guess I should have sorted these out a little bit better before I started, huh? Because... trying to decide some colors. Hey guys, as y'all come in, if you would please just give me a little heart or a little thumbs up to make sure that you can hear me good. It says you can hear me good, but that doesn't mean you can actually hear me good. And then let me know that y'all, where y'all are watching from, maybe, so that we can then get some commentary going on the thing, on the live. Okay, and here's a black because I'll want a black at some point. I'm sure I will. And here's a really darker gray. Let's see if that darker gray will do better. Okay, so I'm thinking the mouse needs to be dark gray or brown. What do y'all think? Dark gray or brown? Okay, so that's my background. And I'm pretty sure that was the bottom I did. So those are for the bottom and the base. Okay. Let me see. What color bird do we want? Do we want a creepy bright pink? Oh, well, that wasn't my best move. Alright, that one broke. Trying to wipe it off. Well, let's see. We'll just... Zoe has been having some really long days at school lately. Some minor family things have us, well, minor, some family stuff. You know how stuff comes up and you get where you're distracted by it all day long. I think she's been distracted by some things, so love her to pieces, but I'm with her on struggling to get through the day some days, and this is just not going to work, so I'm going to have to throw that piece away and grab this other piece of the stick. And we're going to have to see what we can come up with this rest of the rumbling. So if y'all will say hi, I'm going to go ahead and comment so that I can make sure I can see comments, because the other day somebody was having trouble seeing comments until they had made a comment. And I'm such a grammar Nazi that I'm having struggles where it's not capitalizing and not doing what I want it to like it normally does on my phone. Oh. Really? Say hi and tell me where you're... I hope that worked. As much trouble as that was giving me about posting that. That was crazy. Okay, so I'm going to do this little bird in this dark fuchsia type pink. I started to do him in red. I may go over him in red. I'm sorry it took me so long to get started. I thought I had everything pulled out and sort of ready, and then I realized I hadn't decided what colors I was needing for who and whatnot. So, all right. Again, gonna try and just use my Q-tip to kind of smooth it out a little bit here and kind of smudge it. I want it to smudge some, but I don't want it to take all of the darker color off. Or I don't necessarily. I want it to have the different shades in it, the levels of color in it. Linda, who has worked with oil pastels before, and is the one I got the design from, Miss Calloway. Miss Linda Calloway over at the Flying Pig Paint Parties with Miss Linda. She was so sweet, and I asked her very nicely if I could I told her I was going to need to Frankenstein it. She says, why don't you just color it the way it is? Post it here. And I said, well, I was going to try and do it on my live. And she says, as long as you... And I said, would you let me do it on my live if I had tagged you? And she says, I'd be happy to as long as you give me credit. And I'm like, okay, I will give you credit, no problem. Because I have no problem giving credit where credit is due. Okay, that's my birdie. In case I need to come back and touch him up. I'm going to kind of give him some red hints here and there and some streaks down them creepy old feathers. Well, how did I even get blue on there? I haven't even touched a blue one yet. Well, anyway. So, I think our rat's gonna have a red eye. I think our bird's gonna have a green eye. I really don't think I'm gonna smudge that one off too much. Hey, as you come in, if you'd say hi and just drop a note to let me know where you're watching from maybe, or if you're enjoying this or not, just let me know. Facebook is kind of creepy with their algorithms about how to get it out to more people, we have to do certain things. And okay. So, I'm going to kind of blend this just a little bit. I'm actually going to kind of go over it with a lighter orange, a yellowy orange here. Just a few little streaks in there just to give it some texture, look, a little texture to it. Not loads. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of do it some brown, but I'm gonna give it some green in it like it was recently picked, because this has some green, some little spinny vines on it, and most of those are still kind of green where it's fairly freshly picked when they've got that on there. So when I get this done, kind of rubbing this in and smearing that out and off. I think it'll look really good with a little bit of the green, and I'm going to get a darker green and run down the side of it. So, who wants to paint a snowman tomorrow? We're going to be painting a snowman on my friend Tammy's page. We're going to be hopping on Zoom. And you're welcome to join us on Zoom. If you're too shy to get on Zoom with us, we'll be streaming it live on Painted Soul Studio, so you could come hang out and see what we're doing and what it's like to participate in an online party, if that's what you're interested in. Not everybody thinks they're interested in online paint parties because they think they're going to totally lose the whole paint party experience, which to a degree you do lose some of it because you're not in the room together. And there are some times when you're just thinking, and when I'm thinking or you're thinking, you just cannot get the camera angle right to show me exactly that angle there. And it's like, yeah, you're right. I can't get it exactly right to show you what I'm trying to show you on some of it, unfortunately. But then most of the time you can find a way to get the angle. I just have to learn how to do it upside down maybe, or something like that, to get it to show an angle. And we want to show y'all, our watchers, mine, Tammy's, and several of my other artsy friends are planning to be there. We just want to show y'all that it can be a lot more fun than you think it might be. Because at first it's kind of like, it's not the same. And no, it's not the same, but it's a close second. And we can see each other's work, and we can work together to help each other. And we're not even planning on doing the same snowman. That's what's really fun about it, is we're just going to do a snowman. We're each going to just pick a snowman of our own and just going to kind of run with it. I don't think I want the really bright green eyes tonight. What color eyes do I want? Don't want the teal. The teal would be good though. Do I have my crayon? I do have crayon still here. Do I have another shade of blue? I have a light shade of blue. I think a light shade of blue would be very good. Okay, let me try and take a napkin to wipe that one off. Did this a while ago and tore one up. Ah! Alright. So, I'm going to kind of go around his eyes here. Just not going to hold enough of that color in there. So, I think what I'm going to do is do a darker blue right here. And go over it with the light in just a second. Let me go over this a little bit. I definitely like that. I definitely like that. Where did my dark blue go? Okay, there it is. Alright guys, forgive me, I'm kind of getting in the zone here. It's easy to do when we're not chit-chatting together. And since no one's talking tonight, it's kind of hard to do. Kind of hard to chit-chat with myself. Alright, now I'm going to put the lighter blue over it. I really liked that look. I'm trying this sideways and kind of try to pull it in and out. Okay. This one down here, I think I'm going to do some really dark purple. He just looks really viciously angry. Our little guy looks really scared up there on the top. But the others look kind of intimidating, kind of angry. Let's see. Alright, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the light purple on top of it. I really liked that one layered, really good. And I'm going to kind of just blend it there. Oh yeah, I like that. If you go around the circle in little wiggly motions, kind of like in and out, it keeps that eyeball look. Those eyes, that one's just not getting the color to it like I want. So I may have to play with it a little bit longer. Okay. So I've got everybody's eyes. I think I'm gonna do yellow. In here. Because I think with the lantern inside of them, they look kind of like they're. I think that the inside of the eyes would be more. So I'm coloring this in. So you guys, come on, if you'll just say hi, maybe tell me where you're watching from. I would greatly appreciate any opportunities to talk with anybody who's watching. I'm trying to go faster. We're learning. Can I go faster? We're also trying to get me to make more decisions, I guess. I laughingly say it's hard for me to make decisions because there's so many choices. I love all the different colors, so I want them all to be the right choice, and then I have to make a choice, and it's like, I don't do choices. I don't do choices, precious. So, yeah. So there's the yellow in the eyes. Trying to decide, should I put a second layer of yellow in there? Like, is this a different enough shade of yellow to do a different shade? I don't know that it's going to do any. I don't see any difference at all in there. We'll just kind of put it in there as kind of some darker streaks and not smear it out. How's that? Okay. Let me see. Go around as we can. Eyes that need dark spots. We're going to kind of go around in this mouth where we needed some darker coloring. We're going to try not to just destroy it too badly. My problems with these are they are not like a sharpened pencil kind of lead, and I like a very sharp point on mine. Let's get these eyeballs in here real quick. Eyeballies, eyeballies, eyeballies. And I'm gonna put okay, so we're gonna do a brown or a gray rat, brown or a gray rat, brown or a gray rat. I've got a dark gray here, so let's do a dark gray. Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear anything going on in the other room. If y'all can, just let me know, because I've tried to set my mic up so it's not so noisy that you can hear every time the gate opens and somebody comes into this room. Because I have a dog gate up to keep the dogs out of here when nobody's in here. Much as I love the dogs, they make a mess. And they do not need to be in my office when I am not in my office, or in the dining area when no one's in the dining area. Alrighty. So I'm just kind of coloring in my rat here. He kind of makes me think of some mean and nasty little thing. He's looking pretty rough. Like pretty angry looking to me. What do y'all think? All right. Well, I'm going to say thank you again to Miss Linda Calloway of Flying Pig Paint Parties for her drawings and allowing me to color them and expose a few more people to them. I have really enjoyed getting to paint them or color them. They are very fun to do because these faces are all just so very animated. I'm going to use the light pink. I'm going to hit this tail. Okay, I'm setting those over to the side so I'll find them later. Alright, and then I need to get the inside of these ears. I'm going to grab a new Q-tip because that one is completely worn out. And these ears need some smudgy. I don't think a new one and the old one will work very well. Okay. So now I'm down to the tongue. We'll give it a rather fleshy colored tongue. Rather people-y tongue. What do you think? All right. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my white and hit these teeth. I don't think it's really going to show up a lot, but it will give me something to smear off of if it does get on the other. Down here. I think having the white base will keep it from making too much of a mess with these guys. Okay. I think this made a really good darker highlight color, and I'm going to use this one. So tomorrow on Painted Soul Studio, I will put a post on my page with the Zoom link if you want to paint a snowman with us. Now you have to be painting or coloring. It doesn't have to be painting. You can be using pastels or crayons or markers or whatever. You're more than welcome to use any medium you want. We just ask that you be coloring along with us or creating along with us. How's that? That's a better way of putting it, isn't it? Creating along with us if you're on the Zoom. I think most of us on the Zoom are going to be people who host paint parties in our area and stuff, but you're welcome to join us even if you don't. You're welcome to join us and be in there and get the feel of paint parties and doing them online. We would love, love, love to have you. I'm going to put a few shadings in there and then I'm going to shade them out. Let's see if that doesn't help to smooth it a little bit. I think they make stumps and stuff like that for shading with these. I just haven't gotten one yet, so I may have to invest in one. I'm going to do this very much. Alright, this one, this color nose too, because his nose is kind of a ball there. It's a little bit lighter. He looks kind of like he's fixing to get sick. You know how you get pale when you're going to get sick? I think we're going to do him as a pale pumpkin. So yeah, we're doing a pale pumpkin this time. I'm trying to draw mine and streak it all at the same, and streak it all kind of following the lines of the pumpkin. Because again, like we did last night, like we said last night, we want to kind of go with the grain of the pumpkin. I don't know that it's actually the grain, but it's kind of like the grain of a wood. When you're messing with wood, there's certain things that just kind of go with the grain versus going against the grain. Well, this is one of those things we definitely want to keep going with the grain and giving it that look of an actual pumpkin. And if we start coloring the wrong direction or going real crazy with it, we can't get it smoothed the right way, it really doesn't look like it's a real pumpkin, or it was a real pumpkin. And we're kind of wanting to add that illusion anyway. We are being whimsical here and funny, but at the same time we kind of want to keep some of that look there. I think some smaller circles in the area kind of help cover some of the any lines that I've drawn. Trying to find a clean spot I can kind of rub with. Coming around that mouth and then up to that chin. There you go. And I'm going to put in a few of the yellow lines. Then I'm going to take the regular orange that I was doing the other pumpkin with. And I think I'm going to color this.
Man, what's up with him today?
Okay, so this guy looks really menacing to me. I don't know about y'all, but for a pumpkin, he looks like really menacing. I don't want to mess with him. No wonder the other guy's getting a little pale. What do you think? He definitely makes me feel kind of intimidated. And I'm not smudging it completely off. I'm leaving some of those streaks in there on purpose, guys, because I know it'll add that little bit of something to it. As I said earlier, As y'all come on, if you would, please just say hi. Let me know you're here and watching. I would love to converse with you. I'm just kind of rambling to myself as I'm coloring right now because nobody's talking. I am telling everybody that tomorrow night at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, which makes it 5 Pacific and 6 Mountain, I think I've got my times right. That some of my friends and I will be creating snowmen. I know one lady will probably be using her art journaling and markers and colored pencils, and I know a couple of others that'll probably be a couple of others of us will be painting. I have a tendency to paint rather than, okay, I think I used the wrong orange originally, but that's okay. I'm just gonna smear it in there. We're gonna go over the rest of this with that one. We're gonna use this one in here. Because I don't know what I did, but he's two-toned and it's funny. Makes me think of Scarface or whatever his name, Two-Face from Batman. All right, we got our pumpkins done and everything. We're not doing too bad. All right, guys, I'm going to do it like I said. I really liked how the background on this one came out yesterday. So I'm going to use those same two and do the background on these. So I think what I'm going to do is pick up the trash before the dog eats it and makes himself sick. Because we have a puppy that just seems to cannot stay out of stuff he's supposed to stay out of. And if he can get in here and get to anything, he gets in here and gets to things. That's why I have said gate up. So, hey honey. What you think? Okay.
I wish I could draw like that.
Yeah, I'm ready to go ask Miss Linda for art lessons. All right. I'm taking this to the edges and I'm just gonna smear it all down at the end. Okay. I think I am going to try and leave a little bit of it in some of the other places to add some of the shading. And so now we're going to get the back, and that's going to cover most of our crazy smudges from the oil pastels. That's why I saved it for the end, so that I should be able to cover over most, if not all of it. This is where the staying one direction really comes in handy. as far as the coloring goes, because as you smudge this off, it's going to kind of show the direction of my coloring. And if I did it dark and heavy in one spot, not in another, it will show. And yes, there I go, biting my tongue. Alright, grab a clean spot and let's smudge some. We are going to keep coloring and fill it. Oh, I didn't even get his feet. What color do we want to do his feet? They're yellow. They're yellow. Alright, so anybody who wants to join us for Snowmen tomorrow, I'm going to put a post on my page tomorrow. Probably in the afternoon, and we will be going on Zoom. Like I said, we're going to be shooting it to Tammy's page, Mary Tamerlynn's Painted Soul Studio, because we've been taking turns being guest artists on each other's page, and we thought we would just invite everybody, especially some of our good friends, but some of our friends to come do a Zoom with us and paint a paint party, and do a big paint party, online paint party, where we're all just kind of doing the same thing, just not necessarily the same one. And we're not necessarily going to be teaching anybody as we're doing them. We're just going to be like talking and visiting as we all work. And you guys can just see what's going on and what's coming up. Alright, y'all. This is coming along pretty quick tonight. I'm kind of excited. But if you notice that when I'm smearing, if I don't smear it the right direction, it's not going to give the right effect for the wall to be the same. And you know, you don't usually go back and forth and straight up and down. That's why I'm kind of bending on top of my paper accidentally here. Now, I was asked last night, and Miss Linda was helpful enough to help me out with answering because I had no idea, if the oil pastels stop smearing as they get dry. And she said if you use like construction paper or a paper that absorbs the moisture, absorbs it a little better, then it tends to be better. But if you're going to put it in glass, you definitely want to put a mat on it and keep the glass peeled up a little bit, otherwise it's going to smudge and melt into your glass if it gets warmer at all, and you don't want that. So make sure you make note, if I do frame these, that they need to be with a mat around a mat frame in there with them, even if it's far enough out to the edges that you really just don't hardly notice it as part of it, because you do not want it to sit against it, otherwise it's just going to keep smearing. Okay. Because this is just right in here in his little fingers in his mouth area. I was trying to really be kind of careful as I'm smearing it there and smudging it. So tomorrow, snowmen, 7 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Central. I will put a YouTube link, or not a YouTube, Zoom link. We will have a Zoom link available. For those that are actually going to color or draw with us. That's my only stipulation, is if you get on the Zoom with us, that you be doing art with us. Okay? That and, well, I really shouldn't have to say this, but we're going to be well behaved, not use language people, right? Because, like, well, I shouldn't have to say it, but so I have 2 stipulations. If you join us, you have a clean mouth and sweet behavior, as well as you're actually creating a snowman of some sort. Painting, coloring, markering, drawing, that you're creating a snowman of some sort. Alright guys, we are almost done. I'm kind of impressed with me tonight. I flipped this to the inside. Would have been a smarter thing earlier, but and again, we're grabbing some of it. We want it to be kind of streaked, like the wall has a little bit of texture. We just don't want it to be so streaked that it looks weird. I am pulling it down just a little bit toward him just to make sure that we've kind of smudge it up close to him to kind of fill in a few of those little gaps. Now that it's okay, and there we have this one. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm gonna put those away before I make a bigger mess. Thank you so much for joining me tonight as we painted this weird trio. Linda called them her weird pumpkins. So I said my weird trio because this is a trio and the other was a duo. I hope you had fun painting them with me. Or coloring them with me. I colored mine. You could paint yours though. Again, I used cardstock when I printed them because they were pictures that she had shared with us that I was able to get a hold of off her page. So I colored them with my oil pastels. I didn't feel like I wanted to try painting them, but I could. I might another time. Thank you for joining me. Tomorrow at 7, look for a post on my page or on Painted Soul Studio, one of the two, to join us while we paint snowmen. You have a great night. Thanks.